Read a book every day for small children. The Princess and the Pea. Many, many years ago, there lived a young, handsome prince in a kingdom. He would always tell his parents, I would marry only a real princess. Unable to find a girl of his choice, the prince one day set out on a horse in search of the real princess. After traveling a long distance, he came across a big castle. He stopped to find out if a real princess lived there. Not finding one, he continued his journey, and thus he covered hundred of miles and dozens of kingdoms. During his journey, the prince met number of young charming princesses, but he did not find them up to the mark. Not one of them met the standards he had set for real princess. Many kings and queens pleaded with him to marry their daughters, but the prince rejected the offers. At last he returned home disappointed. One night, when people were fast asleep, a terrible thunderstorm lashed the kingdom. Everyone was woken up as the rain beat against their homes and the thunder rode the sky. The king lay awake in his bedroom in the palace. As the lightning flashed, he saw from his window a frail figure standing outside in the rain. Who could it be? He thought, and got up to open the door. Who are you? Asked the king. When he saw a young beautiful girl shivering with cold and dripping from head to feet, standing outside. Come on in, he said, as he led her to inside the palace. The queen and the prince were already there. Tell me, young lady, who are you and what brings you here? The king asked her again, as the prince helped her take off her wet gown. The prince had in fact fallen in love with her at first sight. I am a real princess, your majesties, she said and bowed down to the king and queen. The queen wanted to convince herself that the girl was telling the truth. She thought hard and hit upon a plan to find out if the beautiful girl was a real princess. She took upon the responsibility of making a comfortable bed for the girl. The queen put a tiny green pea on the bed before loading it with several layers of mattresses. The lovely midnight visitor in the meantime put on dry clothes and got ready to go to the bed. Servants of the queen were surprised, but could not understand what was happening. The queen then escorted her to the bedroom. There was a heap of mattresses and the bed was so high that a ladder had to be used by the princess to reach the top. My dear, I have made a comfortable bed specifically for you. Good night and sweet dreams, the queen said. The queen helped the young girl to go atop the bed. Thank you, your majesty, replied the girl, and she went to sleep. The queen could not sleep well that night. She was eager to find out if her plan had worked. She got up rather early and went straight to the princess' bedroom. She had expected the princess to be fast asleep. But lo and behold, the young girl was already up in the bed. The queen was surprised. What is the matter, my dear? Didn't you sleep well? Asked the queen. That's true, your majesty, replied the girl. I felt something hard in the bed and kept rolling the whole night. I'm so sorry to say that, but only a real princess would feel a pea through so many layers of mattresses. You are the real princess, the queen said as she poured her kisses on her face. The prince was delighted to hear the news from his mother. I have found my real real princess?" he asked the girl. "Will you marry me?" The princess nodded and she said, "Yes, my dear, I will be happy to." The king ordered the pea to be kept in a museum. People from far off places came to see it. Everyone in the kingdom was proud that the prince had a real princess. The princess too was happy to be the bride of the handsome prince.